Welcome to the September 2021 issue of Canola Quick Bytes, brought to you by the U.S. Canola Association. Capitol Hill. The Senate passed a $550 billion bipartisan infrastructure bill by a vote of 69 to 30. The U.S. Canola Association joined 37 other agricultural groups in a letter to congressional leadership in support of the bill, which would invest $110 billion in U.S. roads and bridges, $65 billion for broadband, and $17.3 billion for ports and inland waterways. In addition, this bill includes a number of provisions designed to boost the resiliency of the agricultural supply chain, including investments in cybersecurity and programs to address truck driver shortages. The Senate also passed a budget resolution that is needed to trigger the reconciliation process. Its Agriculture Committee is directed to focus on climate change, including conservation, forestry and research, clean energy, child nutrition, rural development, and debt relief for small farmers. Read more in the USDA blog. On August 4th, the Senate Agriculture Appropriations Committee approved a $25.85 billion fiscal year 2022 bill for the U.S. Department of Agriculture and related agencies. The measure has several positives for canola, including a $1 million increase for the Supplemental and Alternative Crops Program, which funds the National Canola Research Program. The Senate bill would fund renovations and upgrades at agricultural research service facilities in Fargo, North Dakota, and continue the National Sclerotinia Initiative. The measure also includes $7 billion in disaster aid, $6.28 billion of which is for producers who suffered losses due to droughts, hurricanes, wildfires, floods, and other qualifying disasters in 2020 and 2021. In public statements earlier this month, U.S. Trade Representative Katherine Tai said the Biden administration continues to pressure Mexico to resume approvals of genetically modified crops. Mexico has not approved a new biotech trait since May 2018, creating a bottleneck that is now blocking canola and other crop traits. Tai said she discussed the issue directly with Mexican Secretary of Agriculture Victor Villalobos and Mexican Economic Secretary Tatiana Cloutier during her trip to Mexico City. The European Commission authorized 7 new genetically modified crops, including one oilseed rape or canola variety. It also renewed authorization for this variety, which can be used for food and animal feed. Quote, all of these GMOs have gone through a comprehensive and stringent authorization procedure, including a favorable scientific assessment by the European Food Safety Authority, unquote, the Commission said. These authorizations, which are valid for 10 years, do not cover cultivation. On August 19th, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced it will ban the use of the pesticide chlorpyrifos, otherwise known as lorsban, on all food crops to, quote, better protect human health, particularly that of children and farm workers, unquote. In a final rule, the EPA said it is revoking all tolerances for chlorpyrifos, referring to an allowable amount of residue on food. In addition, the agency will issue a notice of intent to cancel under the Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, and Rodenticide Act regarding registered food uses of chlorpyrifos. A number of other countries, including the European Union and Canada, and some states, such as Hawaii, California, New York, Maryland, and Oregon, have taken similar action to restrict the use of chlorpyrifos. 4 class action lawsuits against Dow Chemical and Corteva Agriscience, which manufactures the pesticide, were filed in California in July. Corteva announced in 2020 that it would stop selling the chemical, citing declining sales. The U.S. Canola Association joined 13 agricultural biotechnology stakeholder groups in comments on the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service proposed rule, exemption, movement of organisms modified or produced through genetic engineering. In July, USDA APHIS proposed exempting from USDA regulation 3 types of modifications that are similar and functionally equivalent to those that could otherwise be achieved through conventional breeding. USDA APHIS is also proposing draft guidance for a new regulatory review process aimed at determining when genetically engineered plants need its approval for commercialization. Under the revised rule, developers have the option of requesting a permit or regulatory status review of a plant developed by genetic modification that has not been previously reviewed or regulated. There is a public comment period until October 25th, and APHIS will host a webinar on September 21st to provide an overview of its draft guidance. Agronomy. Looking for alternative feeding strategies for livestock during drought? Zach Carlson, Extension Beef Specialist at North Dakota State University, says that canola that isn't up to par could be a great option. Stunted canola is probably going to bring higher nitrite values into a ration, he says, and turning canola into silage or haylage requires moisture content to be at 60 to 65%. Nutrition and health. New Seed announced that the Food and Drug Administration acknowledged its new dietary ingredient notification for its omega-3 enhanced canola. The ingredient is said to be the world's first plant-based source of long-chain omega-3 fatty acids. The resultant canola oil includes omega-3's DHA, EPA, and alpha-linolenic acid. It was developed for human nutrition and animal feed markets. Other country news. Canola giant Cargill unveiled the location of its new canola processing facility west of Regina, Saskatchewan. The facility is in the global transportation hub area and has great infrastructure to move canola products. The company will begin construction as soon as approvals are received and aims to complete the plant by 2024. Like its Camrose facility, this one is projected to have an annual production capacity of 1 million metric tons. Richardson International purchased Control Chemical Corporation, a manufacturer of environmentally safe drilling fluids and proprietary vegetable oil-based lubricants. Richardson supplies crude canola oil for chemical control products, as canola oil-based lubricants are environmentally safe and recognized for extending tool lifespan, optimizing production processes, and improving drilling core recovery and pathway stabilization. Latest industry news. The American Bakers Association is urging the Environmental Protection Agency and members of Congress to lessen the nation's biofuel requirements. The trade group says that ingredients such as canola oil could run low if demand for biofuel increases with current requirements, which could create shortages for their businesses. The biofuel industry has made the case that plant-based fuel can help cut down on carbon emissions, and requirements were increased in the Renewable Fuel Act as a result. With drought concerns, ICE canola futures continue to rise. A smaller Canadian canola crop is expected, and harvesting in Saskatchewan has already begun following a week of minimal rain. Corn and soybean exports have grown, but were capped by rainfall in the Midwest. About the USCA. The U.S. Canola Association will host its autumn annual meeting in Nashville, Tennessee, Monday through Wednesday, November 8th through 10th, barring COVID-19 interference. All USCA members are welcome to attend. Registration is online at uscanola.com. Get social with us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Just look for U.S. Canola Association. Want to promote your products or services to canola producers and industry members? Visit our advertising pages online at uscanola.com to find specs, deadlines, and rates to advertise in this monthly e-newsletter or on uscanola.com.